You've always heard that you need to invest, but you don't know where to begin.
Don't worry, leave that to us. We've been teaching people how to invest for the last 8 years and have helped over 45,000 people get started with investing in a simple way. And now we've made the process even easier by creating a course that teaches you how to get started investing in 5 simple steps. And it's called our L.E.A.R.N method.
Before you invest, you need to 1. Look at your financial position. 2. Establish your personal goals. 3. Assess your investment options. 4. Research the best options for you. And 5. Normalize investing regularly.
With these 5 easy steps, you can start your investment journey with confidence and clarity. But wait, there's more. We've created templates and resources to help you take action right away. After this course, you will know how much you have to invest, your investment targets and timelines, and how to invest to achieve your goals. Register now at learngrowinvestclub.com.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know if you can. It's been a minute, right? So I'm going to be talking today just about, well, this is going to be one of those videos that's mainly going to be conversational between us. I know this video has a title, but I'm probably not going to speak about that, right? So this is where I just want to just do a check-in with you, our community, talk about some things, of course, but this one is going to be all over the place. So just before the person who likes to tell me that I'm rambling chimes in the comments, this one is going to be all over the place, right? So let me see where I want to start here. So today is Dividend Day. For those who know what I'm talking about, your dividends are in your account. I saw some person celebrating already. If you don't know what I'm talking about, somebody in the comments will tell you. And then there are a few things that I've been seeing over the last couple of days that I want to talk about, that I'll raise here. Just some things that have come up in our levels 2 and 3 community that I'll probably raise here. And yeah, we'll see where the conversation goes. All right, so I see some person celebrating already. So Zanies, you can, drinks are on you. All right, so yeah, let me check here, share my screen. So today is actually ex-dividend. No, today is not ex-dividend date. Today's dividend payment date for Trans Jamaica. Let me zoom in. So for those with NCB accounts with dividend mandates set up, you'd have gotten your payment today. So April 28th is when they're paying the dividends that were declared earlier this month. And so that's what I'm referring to in today being Dividend Day. So if you don't have an NCB account or a dividend mandate set up, it could take a couple of days, maybe next week, maybe week after. If you don't hear or see anything week after next, then you may want to check to see if either it's delayed, whether through, if you're receiving a check, maybe check the mail, check the post office. If it's a dividend mandate, then you probably want to check to see if there's any delay in it getting to your account. But I've seen it take up as much as a week and a half. Shouldn't take much longer than that. All right. So there is that. And let me see here. So it is right at we're about 2 weeks from earnings season. So earnings season is coming up again, where the reports for Q1 will be due. So Q1 was January 1st to March 31st. So those reports would be due 4 to 6 weeks after the end of the first quarter. So from from April 1st, 4 to 6 weeks puts us at around May 14th. So those reports should start coming out next week and week after. And so we'll see some reports coming out for Q1 numbers, or for persons depending on their financial year, it may be Q3, Q4, or whatever, because not everybody has a January to December financial year. And yeah, so is there anything that you want me to talk about, guys? I can touch on that. Anything that you want me to share my thoughts on, I can do that as well. Because I said, this is mainly a check-in video. Didn't really have anything planned. I will still talk about what I do with my dividends, but I'll save that for later on, right? So if there's any question you want me to answer, I know some persons have been looking at Qantas. So we did a prospectus review in our level 2 community. And you know, we had a part 1. We went through most of it. We're gonna actually do a part 2, because I told the community it would be good for us to see the taking stock interview, which we knew was coming up, and so we'd meet after that, after we've seen you know, heard from the company, gone through the briefing, etc. So we can probably wrap that up this week or early next week, because I think the offer is still open. And so, I mean, you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. What are your thoughts on the Qantas IPO? So let me ask it here. So what are your thoughts on the Qantas IPO? Let me know in the comments. Is it for you? Are you thinking about it? Have you considered it? We haven't really seen or heard much outside of the taking stock interview and the investor briefing. I don't think I've seen a broker review or anything like that, or anybody writing up about it. I think I saw some articles, and that's about it. So it's only, yes, I don't think there are any other selling agents. So it seems to be just focused on JMB clients. That's what it seems like for me as well. Mullings on IG says oil prices and energy stocks. Can you phrase that as a question, please? And it's just some random guy says, does the gas prices means less cars on the road for TJH? That's a good question. I'd say no, or at least not right away. I think people will ultimately still want to travel, because for Jamaica, culturally, driving a car, especially in a country where we have so many new car dealerships coming, we're very a car is viewed as a state of independence, right? So I've known quite a few people buying new cars, buying their Jetours, buying their other vehicles, and so I don't see people wanting to buy their car and drive it less. I'm not seeing that, so I don't think it'll mean less revenue for TJH. I don't think so. So let me see here. What are my thoughts on food manufacturing industries listed on the JSE? Do you see a projected increase? Food, are you talking for like separate, etc.? Increase in terms of revenues? I don't think we'd see anything out of the ordinary. So that's kind of what I think. I don't know if we'll see any difference there, other than what they would have been projected to continue to grow. Because I mean, food stocks are considered defensive. So defensive means you expect them to perform regardless of what's happening. So I'd say I would expect them to continue to perform, and I do expect them to to steadily and consistently increase, is what I would say. I know, I mean, there's always, since the war in Ukraine, there's been shortages. So just different things in different kind of seasons. So yeah, I don't know if I'd say anything more than that right now. I'd have to wait and see. SpaceX IPO, is it now? I heard about it earlier in the year, but I didn't. Was it released already? When is it coming up? Let me know. GK said they're raising prices. Well, I mean, again, that's normal, but just remember, just in a company may increase their prices doesn't mean they'll make more profits. So price increases. I think with inflation, that's probably gonna creep back up. Most of the goods and services we're paying for are going to continue to go up. Food is one of them. So I don't know if I see anything out of the ordinary for them there. And I expect the increase to be gradual, right? Hey, humble boss, hope you're well. So Shells, I will say that YouTube doesn't notify everybody, right? So you have to turn on notifications for YouTube and turn on notifications for the channel. And even then, it's going to give you the notification based on your watch history. It's not always going to assume that you want to see our videos. So it's just how it is. We can't control the algorithm. Okay, it's later this year. Okay, cool. Because I'd want to, is their IPO prospectus out already? I mean, let me know. Let me know. All right. Do I think the current state? Oh, so by the way, guys, I'm just taking questions tonight. So if you have questions, things that you want me to talk about, feel free to raise them in the chat. I will speak about the topic that's for the video, but I'm going to do it later on, probably at the 30-minute mark. I'll share it. So if you have any questions, I'm just taking those because we haven't done a video in a while. So this is more of a check-in on you, seeing how you're doing, and you know, just see if I can add some value to you by answering some questions for you. Do you think the current state of the market is fundamental growth or speculation driven? Rico, it hasn't been fundamental for a while. Fundamentals are important, but not weighted as heavily anymore. So fundamentals are certainly the safer bet, companies with strong fundamentals, but some growth is attributed to speculation, I'd say. So I think as an investor, you have to balance both. I don't think you can solely focus on fundamentals, and I don't think you should be only speculative. So a balance of both is good, but I don't think that it's only fundamental growth driving what we're seeing. Should be sometime in June or July, and it's expected to have a 1.72 trillion market cap. Okay, good times. Jermaine wanted to reach the mobile link up, but the time kind of late, didn't have any drive. Okay, cool. I mean, it was good. We had about 20 plus people there. It was fun. I really like Mobay. I feel like I'm gonna be spending some more time in Mobay. So if you're in Mobay, join the community. Look out for the next meetup, and you can join us. We will be planning a meetup in Kingston, and there have been persons asking for St. Thomas, Portmore. Some persons have asked us to do one in Canada, so I'll see how that goes. I don't know if I can do a meetup in Canada, but certainly we're trying to do like a Jamaica tour. So just covering different parishes, meeting you in person, you know, that kind of vibe. So, but we'll put the notice in the community. We won't be putting it publicly. So if you want to be a part of that, join using the link in the description of this video. All right. My only concern with this IPO is the post-Melissa delinquency rates and how it may affect their profit margin. I don't think that'll be a concern for them because I don't think they're not serving the retail market. They're serving businesses, right? So the delinquency rates, because remember their portfolio is a little bit broad, so it's not, when you say delinquency rates, are you talking with like mortgages, loans, that kind of thing? I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not concerned about that specifically for them. I do have other concerns, but I mean, probably share that another time. But I mean, I don't see that being an issue for them. And I mean, I would love to see the Q2 and Q3 report that was mentioned. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, I don't have that concern for them though. Some people hold their hunger longer, bring breakfast from home, skip lunch. Yeah, I mean, so people, we've been having to find multiple ways to earn money for a long time. That's not new, right? So I don't think that'll be a concern. Meaning people scale back, sure, but they probably won't scale back the things that you think they'll scale back. Meaning somebody will likely probably try to maybe scale back on fast food, or scale back on maybe their Netflix subscription or something like that, before they maybe thinking of disrupt something like their gas purchase or their toll purchase, because they may view that as not optional. So what I'm kind of waiting to see is whether or not they're going to raise toll rates, because I think companies like TJH have the right to raise it each year around June, July. So we'll see if they do that. That's what I'm kind of waiting to see, if they still go ahead with that. And I'm also curious to see the RPL report, the FESCO report, the West Indies Petroleum report, to kind of see how that goes. Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think the best investing strategy for the rest of 2026? So if you remember, Humble Boss, at the start of the year, I shared that I'll be taking a more opportunistic approach to my portfolio this year. I think that has been serving me well. We're about to enter month 5, and this has been one of the best years for me investing wise. Just my strategy going into last year, coming into this one, some of the decisions that I've made, overall, it's been going very well, for us in terms of our strategy bearing fruit, and our profit-taking strategy has been working, our reinvestment strategy has been working, our dividend strategy has been working. So the best strategy, I think, for 2026 would be to focus on being opportunistic, understanding what's driving certain sectors and positioning yourself, maintaining a certain amount of liquidity, to be able to take advantage of opportunities. I wouldn't be doing a buy and hold strategy right now. I would be taking, again, an opportunistic approach to the market. So growth stocks, income stocks, and that's it. I'm not looking to certain sectors for growth. I'm just focusing on smaller companies that can get bigger, and companies providing cash and value to their shareholders. So hope that helps. What signal would you allow to know whether or not it's safe to take profit versus hold long term? So, I mean, I just kind of alluded to that. I'm not holding long term. I think that a long term outlook with this amount of uncertainty, you want to do that very cautiously. So anything that you're saying long term, well, first you can probably define long term to me. Long term to me is more than 5 years. I don't think I have any stocks in my portfolio where I'm like, I would leave this for 5 years. I don't think that approach works right now. Not saying you don't build a portfolio, but I'm an advocate for active management. So unless what you mean is hold long term, meaning you're kind of wanting to ride out some of the volatility, you invest in solid companies and kind of stay the course while you're still actively researching, actively managing, actively taking profit, that kind of thing. If that's what you mean for long term, then that's fine. But they set it and forget it portfolio. I don't know if it works for our market. Actually saw a video earlier today that I shared in level 3 that said, buying and holding for the US market doesn't work anymore either. So that's what I'd say to that. What's your take on growth stocks versus income stocks? Buy both of them. I love growth stocks. A few on my watch list right now. I love income stocks. That's been my primary investment strategy for the last few years. So I'm good with both. I say, go for both. I know you are dividends. Are you investing in this IPO? You know that I'm a dividend investor. Am I investing in this IPO? I am undecided. I don't think I've seen enough to make a personal decision on it as yet. There were certainly a lot of questions I had that I was hoping to maybe get an interview with them to get those questions answered. So if I don't see how those questions will be answered, I'll probably wait to kind of get more data on the company before I invest in it. So, I mean, at this time, I'd probably say I'm not investing in it, but I'm not sure. I think if I have some more data, that may change my decision. What I've seen so far, I have not allocated any funds to it. So, I mean, but I don't think it should change anybody's decision whether or not they should do it. So I certainly don't want to say that. And I haven't seen like any, major warning signs or anything like that. But it's just, I kind of don't have an IPO strategy. So I don't typically look to invest in IPOs. I've said this here before on the channel that I kind of look or love to see companies kind of build out their model or show me what they can do for the first year of listing, because I'm a late adopter, right? So even I can't remember the last IPO that I would have really taken a sizable position in until it was listed for at least 6 months to a year. Because of just my feeling like, so the only benefit I see for an IPO is that you get a fixed price. So you get like the 172.50. But overall, I mean, volume wise, price wise, IPO is not always the best time to buy. So I mean, yeah, I haven't really been focusing on that. Am I bullish on Fesco? I'd say that. I think Fesco has been doing very well. I think they have been able to benefit from the economies of scale for their many stations. I think the brand has been managing well. I think they paused their dividends, but I think they're possibly going to resume or have resumed it. I like what Jeremy and the team has been doing. So bullish on the company, sure. Am I a shareholder? No. So hope that helps. Haven't been on the JSE since 2026. Don't plan to based on the current market. I've been doing 3-month strategy on the international market. It has been great. Okay. I mean, JSE has been pretty great since the start of the year. This is, yeah, it's been a great year for me so far. Just overall as well. Okay, you rephrased. Doesn't make sense to complain about geopolitics. Find ways to benefit. 13K in profit, sell and repeat. Okay, Shells, I get you. All right, so I can take a couple more questions, right? I'll take 2 more questions and I get into what I do with my dividends. Kind of break that down. So let me know if you have any questions for me. Questions you've always wanted to ask me that maybe you think I wouldn't answer. You may get an answer right now. Because I'm just doing this live to check in, and I kind of missed you guys. It's been a while. I don't know if you've missed me, but I've missed you guys. My take on Atlantic. So it's a company that I don't have in my portfolio, but I think based on current prices, I think I'd certainly I think there's certain upside to be gained from these current prices. I think, let me check where I saw it last. I think for everything we know about Atlantic, it certainly should be trading for high. It's 146 as at today. I think that's certainly an attractive price to be on my watch list. So I'm bullish on Atlantic. Not currently a shareholder, but that's because of things I can't say. But bullish on the company, and I think they'll certainly end the year higher than where they are right now. I think they should recover quite nicely in terms of price. I was just about to ask what. Let me know. Oh yes, TJH. What's Patrice Nicole Henry? Say that again in English. You can profit from any news. Your take on Scotia? I mean, Scotia, I don't think I've looked at the company in a while. I know they're solid in terms of financial performance. I think they're leading the sector, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of financial companies on the JSE. Good management, good leadership. I think that I certainly wouldn't go against them in terms of counting them out. So it's a company I like. I don't think I've ever owned the shares, but I'd say I consider them one of the leaders in terms of in terms of the financial space. Don't buy Patty and Juice with the dividends with TJH, reinvest it. Okay, that's your call. I'm a shareholder, need a lot more units of what, Atlantic? Let me know if that's what you're talking about. By the way, welcome to anybody who is watching this after taking part in our conference. Guys, our conference was amazing. It's our greatest turnout, our most attendees ever. Speakers were awesome. The energy was awesome. Met a lot of new persons. We went for the full day, and it was certainly a blessing. And so I'm really there's so much excitement about what we accomplished this year. And so if you missed our conference, then you can join the Grow Your Wealth community. It is free to join. The link is on our website, and I think it should be in the IG page, Grow Wealth Conference, and look out for what we'll be doing. All right. I know you don't review SVL and CAR, but I think SVL will go up during the World Cup season. What are your thoughts? I mean, I guess that's reasonable to think. I guess you're thinking of viewership for the World Cup. So their promotions may get more. See, I guess the question I'd ask is whether or not I think they show their draws on TVJ, or do they show it on both? I don't know. I don't remember. If they're showing it on the station that's showing the World Cup, that's a plausible assessment. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'd be able to say about it. I don't really, it's not a company that I focus on. Which sectors in the JSE would you say are performing above average? None of them. No, I don't say I've seen anything perform above average. No, I don't. None, I'd say. Patty and you. Shells. Shells, I'd love to meet you in person. If you're ever in Jamaica, just message me. We'll have an LGI meetup, and I'd love to meet you. I think just from your personality, I'm picturing you a certain way, and I think it'd be interesting to meet you. Okay, I spoke about Atlantic already. follow up on David Mullings, 2 stock. Listen, David Mullings, I remember one being the lab and another being, so everybody was, on about the lab last year. So I think last year when I did the review, and by the way, I mean, nothing against the company or anything like that. I think the work that the lab does is excellent. I think they're just probably in a space right now where, with companies shrinking their marketing budgets, their marketing spend, it's just going to be challenging for them. I think their pivot is worth the risk. It's just going to take some time to pay dividends. Let me just put that in there first. I think when I did the review, it was back around September, October last year, when it was doing the thing where it went up to 150. I think we reviewed it around this point and everybody was like, lab is a stock to watch. I'm kind of still waiting. So I need to have David Mullings join me and tell me what's happening. Because I mean, it's going in the wrong direction based on it being a stock to watch. I need to check the yield on this dividend. That's a corporate action. Let me see that. They paid a dividend this year, 1 cent. 23. Okay. So once I see a dividend, I'm gonna check. Right. And I think the next one was who? Lab and who? NCB. I think he also spoke about an Epley. So I know NCB went up the other day. Somebody messaged me about it. On this day. If you're watching, I'm sorry I never responded to you. But I don't think we've seen any reason as to why it's at this newer price. I figure something is gonna break. I think their report should be coming out soon, so maybe we'll see if the increase is justified. So it's up 33% year to date. So NCB shareholders are certainly happy. And we will see. TJH will go up 10 to 20 GMD per share. Give it some time. I mean, okay. That's kind of random. Just don't know how fast or slow. Plus, there. Actually, it's. I'll come back to that. Are you talking about NCB, Tavares? Are you talking about NCB in terms of PE? NCB or lab? Tell me which one are you talking about? Other than TJH, who else for dividends is just some random guy. I did a dividend stocks to watch earlier this year. It's just some random guy. I'll check out that video. I did a list of them. Okay. Okay, Tavares. Okay. Okay. That's all I'll say. Okay. Okay. About the lab, I certainly didn't watch the episode with David. I'm not convinced by the company, but I've been seeing some Jamaican content that is shells be nice. I haven't watched the videos. I saw the promos for sure. I think the one movie that I saw seemed like either gave me like a Hallmark movie vibe. It's not my type of movie. I'm an action movie type of guy. I think Renee and I saw it. I don't think we watched it, so I can't speak to the quality of the video or the genre or anything like that. But I know they're planning to do a series of videos, if I'm not mistaken. West Breezy, you spent your dividends already? Sir, ma'am, I don't know if you're male or female, but I mean, how can you spend your dividend already? Save something, reinvest it, buy another stock. I don't know. Would I buy TJH at these prices? No. Just about the one question I can't answer. I can't answer that, Alicia. Trans Jamaica. So since my last video about Trans Jamaica, things have changed in terms of our relationship with them. And so I'm trying to be very careful what I say or don't say. And so, and I did promise our community, I promised my wife, I promised everybody that I will just talk about TJH less and just focus on other companies, give the channel some more breadth. Would I buy at these prices? I would say just look at previous videos and you'll find the answer to that question. If the lab could pivot into making Jamaican content for TV or web, that would be good. Okay. I mean, I agree with that. I thought it was Jamaican content they were doing though. They're not. They're not. I mean, so I'll see if I can find it and check it out. There's a reason why it fell, and that threat is no longer there. Is preventing it from being. Oh, okay. Interesting. Tavares, you know more than me. So you're bullish on NCB, Tavares. So Tavares is saying that NCB to the moon. So mark this date, April 28th, 2026, 9:51 p.m. NCB $51. Tavares is saying $100 by end of year. Tavares, let me know. Well, at least get a. So I got. See, I can't tell you the dividends I got because you're gonna know how much units I have. So I can't share, but it's been our highest dividend payout yet. So very, very happy with that. Jermaine, if it shells, I mean, it's like game show, reality TV, that stuff, but okay. I see what you're saying. I mean, it's I guess okay to have your perspective on it. You may not be the target audience for it. I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't want to speak to it. You'll work with it. $100. Okay. So put it this way, I would very much like to see NCB shareholders have something to smile about. I have a lot of clients who have NCB in their portfolio, and as their coach, I pretty much just help them to make their own decision. I never say to somebody that you should or shouldn't have a stock in your portfolio, but I know some of my clients, like preparing for retirement, etc., would be happy to see NCB's price move up, right? Take this surprise, you're more bullish on Jamaica broilers than Jamaica broilers. I'm bullish on Jamaica broilers 2 years from now. I don't know if I'm bullish on them now. I don't know if I'm bullish on them now. I think the company is integral. I think what they do is important. All of that stuff. I don't know if the ship has been righted yet. I don't know, right? When the incident first came out and they spoke to it, by their own admission, said it'll take them maybe 2 years to be back on track. It hasn't been a year yet, or maybe it's a little over a year. So to me, I wouldn't say I'm bullish yet. Long term, I certainly think the company will still be here, still be around, still growing. Short term, not so much. I think there's still more to that story than we know. Those I'm referring to. Okay. Okay, I got you. Were you referring to NCB as your highest payout yet? I haven't been an NCB shareholder since the stock price was about 150. Haven't been an NCB shareholder from 2021, I think. So not referring to NCB there. When you're going to make that app? So I don't know. Working on it in terms of trying to find the time to do it. I think I'd probably write a book first. So I'm working on a book, working on building out more communities. I think that with the success of our conference, there's more that we want to build around that ecosystem. And an app just doesn't feel like it would give us a lot of ROI. Meaning, so I think my thought process about an app is I don't want to create one that can kind of supplement what we do for our community. And so I'm just not sure that there's any urgency to it. Honestly, I am still planning it, still talking to a team about it, but I don't know if it's any closer to being done, if I'm being honest. But if you develop apps or you know how to get that done, just message me and we can talk. We can talk. Yeah. All right. So with 20 minutes to go, I can talk about what I do with my dividends now. I think I've answered all of your questions. So thank you to everyone who's been on the live so far. It would be good if you take a moment, like this video, and if you're brand new to the channel, just feel free to share it with a friend and to subscribe. You had a long chance to buy NCB at $42, sir. This is the thing I don't understand, right? NCB was at $42 for a long time. It was at $42 from August 14, right? It was in the $40 range. And so from August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, it was at $40. And then you're saying you wanted some. Sir, you had the chance. You had 6, 7, 8 months to buy it at that price. Can you share which stock you were referring to if it wasn't? Okay, no. So I mean, Diane, it's been a while since I've seen you. No, that was the dividend last year, Diane. It's a lot more now. It's much higher than that, is what I'd say. As referring to Trans Jamaica, Alicia. Trans Jamaica is the one I was alluding to. Why not buy NCB now when it goes 60? I gotta say you wanted some more. I mean, I don't know. Shells, who are you talking about here? Yeah, so I mean, so here's the thing that I'll say regarding that. And a humble boss. So I would say this, right? There's this thing that I find, and humble boss, this is not to you specifically, but just talking about this idea that so opportunity cost is real, right? So you see something, you like it, you may have like multiple stocks that you like, you can't decide. So I'll give you a pro tip that I've used in terms of investing, right? So one, I take the approach that I can't take advantage of every opportunity, so I don't try to. That's the first thing. Next, if I find an opportunity that's really compelling, at a price that's really compelling, I should have a good reason not to buy. So if you like the company at $40, you should have had a good reason not to buy it. So if you had a good reason not to buy it and you chose not to buy it, now it's up, you can't say anything, right? That's how I see it, right? And I wouldn't necessarily buy now if you liked it at 40 and you saw a certain amount of growth in it. I wouldn't necessarily buy now unless you are sure that there's more upside to come, right? So that's what I'd say to that. You're buying now, well, all the best. I don't think for me, I'm buying any financial stocks for now. I don't think I would be interested in that. Guys, I'm checking something here. There's 72 persons on the live stream, and we have 19 likes. Can you just take a minute? like the video, please. It really does help. It's a free video, but it helps the channel grow. Shares the videos with others if you just take a minute to like it. So please, it would help us greatly if you do that. Thanks in advance. All right. I was building out on other stocks. Yeah, so that's cool, right? So you chose to miss the opportunity, and that's okay. That's okay. Didn't receive my Trans-Jamaica dividends today. Should I be concerned? No, I mean it's payment date, so it depends on the bank account that you have the mandate for, whether or not you're getting checks, anything like that. But NCB shareholders will get it a day off because it's paid from NCB. So just know that that's how that works. All right. Hey, Dolphin Cove shareholder, how are you, sir? All right, let me see. It's just some random guy. Say 500,000. You're actually not far. You're not far. That's actually quite accurate. It's quite accurate. If somebody guesses right, I'm not gonna tell them that they're wrong. So that's very close to that number actually. Yeah, so Sean, I'm waiting to see what's happening with Dolphin Cove. What's your take on it? Person who was calling me earlier, if you are watching the stream, then just give me some time to call you back. All right. Okay. Person who just messaged me on IG, I see it. I thought didn't we start to talk about something already? Sagicor paid dividend as well today. Congrats to Sagicor. Yep. All right. Okay, so I think I've answered all the questions. So let me say what I do with my dividends, right? So in different seasons, it's been different things. So what I do now with dividends is this, right? So Renee and I have this strategy where our dividends are reinvested, right? And we do this because what we're trying to do is set ourselves up for when we are both full-time. So right now I work 9 to 5. Renee runs our business. So we have, I guess I was gonna say one stable income, one business income, but I think our company has been fairly stable and consistent. But we try not to touch our dividends or use it in our regular pool of funds. So dividends are reinvested. We have a dividend goal each year. That goal is at least $1 million in dividend income. So far this year, we're actually almost at that goal, right? So we have, I mean, we're pretty much at the goal since the start of the year. And so we reinvest our dividends. We don't use that cash for anything else but investing. And that's because we don't always have the 20% that we earmark to invest every single month. But because we run multiple businesses, because we have multiple streams of income, sometimes we have a month where we have a lot of cash coming in, and so that goes to investments. So it's not every single month, but we have this kind of strategy to invest and build our portfolio over time. And so dividends, first and foremost, gets fully reinvested. And so that's one. If it is that we have a situation where we get the dividends on a month where, so for example, for the TGH dividends that typically comes in October, October is usually our anniversary month, right? So we got married October 16th. And so typically we celebrate around that week. The Trans-Jamaica dividends in October is typically like October 24th, 25th, thereabout. So if we went on a trip for our anniversary, which we're likely to do, we may need to replenish the credit card for that time. So usually the October dividends aren't reinvested, but they go back to what I call our working capital. But every other dividend throughout the year is typically reinvested. Every other source of income is reinvested. And everything outside of primary income goes back to the market, right? So we've been building our portfolio consistently. Our portfolio is the highest it's ever been in terms of value. And what we want to do is continue to increase that dividend income. So the goal long term is to have enough to take care of our entire day-to-day expenses through dividend income. And by the way, this is not just talking about stocks, because we invest privately as well. And that pays us dividends as well. We have recurring revenue is treated like a dividend as well. And as I said, we have multiple businesses that generate revenue for us, and that is treated as funds that are reinvested, right? So yeah, Sean says sold at 6.8 today. Not sure what you're referring to. I'm currently making too much on TJH to look at Dolphin Cove. Sold at 6.5, bought back at 6. Okay, so you're the one driving down the price. Cool. TJH was a great buy at $6 after the X date. Jermaine, you should have bought some back. Okay, so I think I might have mentioned it before, but as I said, our relationship with Trans Jamaica has changed. And so the way in which we trade the stock has also changed. All right. So I can't really say much more about it right now, but you'll get the official notice at some point. All right. But just know that our relationship with them has changed, and so how we buy and sell has to change as well. Do you tithe on dividend income or your capital gains? We tithe when money is pulled from the market, right? So think of it this way: if I start investing with $1,000, that 1,000 turns 1,200, turns 1,500, but it's still on the platform. I'm not gonna tithe each time. But let's say I'm pulling now $1,500 from the platform, I'm gonna tithe on the gain, right? Because the income that was invested is gonna be post-tithe income anyway, if you understand what I mean, right? So that 1,000 that was added in the first place is likely post-tithe income, and so we're tithing on the increase, which would be the $500, and so that's how we do it. All right, hopefully that helps. Dolphin Cove is so disappointing. Still no report. News on the bankruptcy is hard to find as well, and members of the board aren't saying anything. I have nothing else. I saw that writing on the wall from last year, Sean. So that was my reason for exiting. That they don't communicate. So I saw it as a big risk to still be a shareholder when there would be no visibility, no context, none of that given. It's not worth the risk. It feels like I would be investing blind. So I chose not to continue. So I've been thinking about quitting my job and going full-time into trading. What's your thoughts or strategies for somebody who wants to try this? I would have, if you quit your full-time job, I would have a stream of income outside of the trading, because I think you can make more than your annual salary buying and selling on the local market. But I just don't know if you're going to get money every 30 days that would replace a salary. So for example, let's say you usually get $3 million per year. You'd usually get that $3 million as $250,000 every month. Now, from the $250,000, you pay your bills, you eat food, so on and so forth. But if you put that money in the market and you say, okay, I need $250,000 every 30 days to pay bills, maybe the trade that you're doing, you're only up 150 or 200 and so on. I don't think you'll get squarely 250 every month. So once you can deal with that sort of ebbs and flows of how the income may come in, I'd say go for it. And I think that the younger you are, the freer you are, meaning if you don't have kids, if you're not married or anything like that, take the risk. I think you'll see what you're made of, you learn some things, and if it doesn't work out, you go back and get a job. So I don't really see a downside to it. You'll see whether or not you can do it, and I think it's totally possible for our market. I haven't done this every year, but I think I probably make somewhere between maybe 30 to 50% of my salary on average for the last few years. But that's because I'm not necessarily an aggressive investor in that way, meaning trying to replace my salary. Could I replace my salary consistently? Probably, but it's not. I mean, that's not my focus. Meaning, I'd rather make like a 2 to 5 million consistently, and just accumulate that, continue to reinvest that type of thing. Because based on the salary I make, to replace it would have to. I think I'd probably need more capital or more trades, which I'm not necessarily trying to do. I try to do maybe no more than 10 trades per year. I think I've done probably 4 or 5 transactions since the start of the year already. So I don't think I'd do something like that. Sell at 650, buy at 6. That's the thing. I think most people on JC are okay with chicken feed money. I'm greedy. I need stocks that increase by 50% in a couple of months. Well, I mean, 20% per month, Shells. Well, that's not really 20%. It depends on how you look at it, though, Shells, because I mean the JSC can produce with some good returns as well. So it's not going to be the same as the US markets, but I think you can make a solid living on the local market, and so on. Which is better, TJH and JMD? I mean, that's a very subjective question, Diane. I think each person to decide. Maybe just calculate how much you need for the year, make that this year, and then next year start trading. I mean, that works. Dig a little deeper into Dolphin Cove and keep digging. Kirk knows something you don't know, Sean. That's a no for me right now, though. No to that company right now. The trading practice is keeping stock price down. Stop selling makes the value goes up. More money for people that have stocks. I think I need to read that again. The trading practice is keeping the stock price down. I mean, there's trading. So trading is what increases the value of the stock as well, Shells. If nobody trades, there's no volatility. If there's no volatility, there's no growth in price. So for you to make money, the stock has to be traded. Because it's persons who are trading it at a higher price and you bought it at that gives you upside. All right. It's just some random guys that the job market is hard. I don't agree. I mean, it depends on the industry you're in. Your thoughts on Ripple? I'm still holding my Ripple from 2018, so still a Ripple shareholder. So yeah. Shells 50% increase as well, but it depends on how much you trade. 50% of $1 million is 500,000. 25. Okay. All right, you guys having your little side conversation. I'll leave you alone. All right, guys. Final minute. Any other questions you want to ask me before I close off? Very good to see you guys here tonight. As I said, I've missed you. Hopefully you are all well. We are planning a Kingston meetup. Thanks to the persons who have liked the video since I've asked. We're still about half the number of likes as viewers though. So please just, if you've been here with me for the last 59 minutes, just take 2 seconds, like the video. Let me see what he's saying here. What would you have to see in Dolphin Go for you to go back in? That's for me, Sean. Let me know if that's my question. Or are you talking with Kirk? I rather see the queue at its lowest than an empty queue, example ISP. Okay, got you. What are my thoughts on Qantas? I mean, I shared my full thoughts in the level 2 community. I have like 15 seconds, so I'll say it at a high level now. I think it's an interesting company. I think investors may need some more clarity to invest in it. So I'm curious to see how the offer closes. I think it's mainly positioned that institutional investors are persons with a certain level of net worth. I like to see variety in the market. So having a company that does what they do, I think it's interesting to see. So I certainly like the premise as to what the company is offering. I think the price point is strategic. It seems to me like the anchor and the reserved pools are pretty much booked out, and so they're really just trying to find the general public amount. I think JMMB is confident that they will have that in signups because, again, they haven't really marketed it. They haven't said anything. So I think they're kind of working their customers, working their network to get it bought. I think the basis of allotment will tell me how it will trade, and I think they will have interesting first year. So that's my thoughts on it. All right. Hopefully that helps you. That question was for me. All right. What would I need to say for Dolphin Cove? Consistent dividends. Consistent dividends. That's what I like to say. Consistent dividends. Bad 6, sell at 10. That's a bigger smile. The army must agree not to. I don't agree with you, Shells. Jermaine, when you speak of your dividend goals, you are also including your overseas stocks, correct? So, Alicia, I have no overseas stocks anymore. I sold all my overseas stocks except for one and put that in the offer for sale last year. So I liquidated my entire portfolio last year to go into the offer for sale. So the only stock I have in my US portfolio now is NVIDIA. That I think I saw today was up 90%. But that's significantly smaller compared to what I had last year. Glad to see that I'm back on again. Thank you, sir. Are you going to do an interview with Ivan? I've asked. I've asked. Ivan has seen my DM many a time. I think for some companies, once they do taking stock, they don't really feel the need to come on our platform as well. But I have asked. So Ivan will surely see me at the next investor briefing. Thoughts on Jamaica broilers are not a stock I would invest in right now. I think there's still some uncertainty there. I think long term the company will be fine. Sagicor is a new prepaid MasterCard. Which bank has the best prepaid MasterCard services? Junior, I work at Sagicor. So I can't answer that question without bias. And so, I mean, get your Sagicor card. Also, without disclosing anything too much, why did your strategy for trading TJH change? Well, I was kind of waiting for it to be released, but so we have a business that does work for clients in terms of investor relations. So we're doing some work with Trans Jamaica right now. So that's why. So because of the work we're doing, we are to our trading strategy has to change because now they're a client. So that's why it's I guess it's personal, but not really personal. Yeah. I'm looking to stock that, but I can't follow what you're saying. By benefit, I mean profit from higher prices. Okay. Have you invested in Woodcats? Not a shareholder of Woodcats currently. I heard him say that they no longer have the offer for sale for the new highways. Really would love some clarity on. Okay, that sounds like a next investor briefing question. Which preference share in Jamaica paid dividends greater than $1 per share? I can't tell you. I don't know. I think I answered that already. You guys are just flooding all the questions because I'm coming off stream now. Thank you. To clarify, the offer sale, I meant right. Oh yeah, man, they don't have that anymore. They said that at the last investor briefing. The JMB one takes a while, so give the JMB one a couple of days. AI is taking jobs. AI is not taking every job. I wish AI would take a babysitting job. I do have one overseas stock, which is NVIDIA. Conflict of interest? No, it wouldn't be a conflict per se, but what we do is we try to have a particular trading strategy for the companies that we do work with. So for example, again, not everybody knows this, but if you go to our website, let me educate y'all on some stuff right now, right? So let me share my screen. This is for the benefit of some people who probably don't know that we do this right now. So this is our, so we have 3 arms to LGI, right? It's taking a while to load. So we have 3 arms to LGI. We have the community side, that's this YouTube channel that you're on now. We have our Kajabi community that persons join from our videos, our social media, etc. From the community, we offer you services like, you know, coaching, a consultation, monthly investment classes, you know, that kind of stuff, right? Then we have our second arm to the business that does events. So we do our Grow Your Wealth conference twice per year. The conference is to help you to kind of take the next step, right? So to kind of empower you in addition to our weekly content here on YouTube. And then the last part of the business, which is our the part that we are really investing in for long term, is that we do annual reports and investor relations services for companies. So these are a few of our clients here. So we've done annual reports for Lasco Distributors, Lasco Manufacturing, Paramount Trading, Regency Petroleum, etc. So this is a B2B side for our business, right? So so what I was saying is that they're now a client under our investor relations arm. So that's the scope really. So these are some of the things that we do for companies that are listed on a stock exchange. So once we start working with a company, what we want to do to maintain our integrity, but also the trust of the client, is that we ensure that while we're actively doing work for a client, we don't engage in any trading. It's something that we've done for years. So we've been working with RPL for years. We've been working with Image Plus Consultants. We've been working with Dollar Financial. We've been working with Paramount Trading, and so on. So when we work for a company, because we will have data and access to data that the public wouldn't have as yet. So I think it's just a good business to err on the side of caution and not, you know, ever be accused of, you know, using, you know, non-public information to trade, right? So hope that helps you to understand that. Yeah, exactly, right? So that might be inside. So we don't want to be accused of doing that. Exactly that what you just said. We want to be sure that we don't because in our space, even the accusation of something can hurt your reputation, and that's something we take very seriously. So yeah. How did I get to the overseas market? Interactive brokers. You can sign up from Jamaica, fund the account quite easily, and then that's it. Do I still invest in crypto? I still have my crypto portfolio from 2018, have not sold. Still have my Ethereum, still have my XRP, ADA. Substratum, I think it's called, Omesego, Patientori, Neo, and I can't remember the rest of them. What do you think about indies and sterling investment dividends? Do I like dividends? Yes. Do I invest in sterling investments? No, because there's no cap gains for that stock. The price has been at $3 for a while. Indies is, I'm a shareholder for Indies right now. How do you get into overseas market? I answered that already. Look inside the, okay, I got you. AI is taking jobs off people who refuse to upskill, and it should. The world is not stopped. Innovate. Okay, I agree with that, Shells. With rising oil prices, Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for being here. I never anticipated that so many people will be on, so I'm happy to see it. And okay, recommendation: a segment for stock analysis would be nice, specifically for news about JC stocks. It's hard to keep up. Would be nice to hear thoughts on developments in the space. Yeah, man. We have some plans that we have not been able to action, but we've added some members to the team. So LGI has grown to a team of 6 people now. So Demetrius Fairman, some of you know him. He's joined our team. He's been with us 2 months now. He got married recently. So Demetrius is here. We have a virtual assistant who joined our team, who's going to be supporting with the community, helping us provide you greater value. And we have 3 other team members and myself. So what we want to do, Sean, is provide weekly, possibly daily content on the market. But there are too many things going on, and our business has been growing, which is good. So it's a good thing that we're this busy. But because yeah, you have to remember something, Sean. Content like this content right now, this is what I call community service content. This is free content on YouTube. when Kalila does taking stock, she might have some sponsored segments, but content on YouTube does not pay the bills, right? So what I focus on is for persons who have signed up for our level 2 classes, for our level 3 classes, I do prioritize showing up for them first. So we do at least 1 or every 2 weeks, we show up inside the community. So if you want to hear more of that stuff from me, Sean, stock analysis, etc., in the community is the best place to get it. Even the level 1, that is a free one, will show up more often than we do on YouTube. But I agree with you. I'd love to do it. I think Limitless has been doing consistent content every week. Kudos to them. Yeah, I think that's certainly, because I mentioned it recently that we're no longer going to be doing stocks to watch. We're not doing stocks to watch episodes anymore. We're going to take a different approach to it. But we want to keep doing stock-based videos. We're just trying to find a new angle to do it. So yeah. So Qantas isn't listed yet, Junior. It's still in IPO stage, so it was not removed. It hasn't listed yet. Orville, good to see you. Thank you, Miss Simpson. We're happy for the growth as well. God has been good for sure. What's the government plan for Black Rural rebuild? I haven't seen anything yet, so I can't tell you. Richard, you are never late. You're never late. You're right on time, but I'm about to end the stream. So for that, you're late, but you're good. How do you fund your Interactive Brokers account? I fund it in 2 ways. You can fund it from a local USD account, or you can fund it from an overseas account. The rise in oil price, would it still be good to invest in stocks like RPL and Fesco since their earnings and stock price might be down? Talga, I think the last time you were supposed to message me or I was supposed to message you. Yeah, but you had a question last time that I wanted to follow up on. But I'm bullish on, I'm a shareholder for RPL. I'm bullish on RPL. Somebody asked earlier, I'm bullish on Fesco as well. So I'm bullish on them both. I don't think the rise in stock prices will hurt them long term. Do you think Qantas will keep their promise? So this is one of the things that I saw with Qantas that I think persons need to frame correctly. They're promising 90% payout of net profits in dividends. Can they keep that profits? Can they keep that promise? Yes. Will the amount be an attractive yield is a question that I think you need to answer for yourself, right? Because remember, the dividends that they paid based on their prospectus, they would need to grow that net profit to pay an attractive yield, because remember, they've added more shares. All right. Again, this is what I covered in the level 2 community. So that's a question that you need to answer and do a forecast or calculation on. So can they keep the promise? They can keep the promise. Will it be an attractive dividend is a question that you need to ask. Tavares, see, you're not paying attention, sir. Yes. I'm sure we'll see at the AGM, so we'll talk. Right. All right. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Stay safe. See you inside the community. If you have not joined our investment community, link is in our bio on Instagram. The description of this video. We're gonna have a community meetup late this week or early next week. So those of you who are not inside the Kajabi community, feel free to join, and I'll see you there. All right, I can't take any more questions, guys. Post it in the comments and I can type my answer to it. All right, so take care, everyone. You've always heard that you need to invest, but you don't know where to begin.
Don't worry, leave that to us. We've been teaching people how to invest for the last 8 years and have helped over 45,000 people get started with investing in a simple way. And now we've made the process even easier by creating a course that teaches you how to get started investing in 5 simple steps. And it's called our L.E.A.R.N method.
Before you invest, you need to 1, look at your financial position. 2, establish your personal goals. 3, assess your investment options. 4, research the best options for you. And 5, normalize investing regularly.
With these 5 easy steps, you can start your investment journey with confidence and clarity. But wait, there's more. We've created templates and resources to help you take action right away. After this course, you will know how much you have to invest, your investment targets and timelines, and how to invest to achieve your goals. Register now at learngrowinvestclub.com.